Welcome to Grand Prairie Kids Part 6 at the Museum of the Grand Prairie in Mahomet. We're gathered in the shade of these lovely trees today to talk about building a log cabin. When Abraham Lincoln was young, most of the people that lived around here had a small one-room log cabin. They were made from logs, which is wood, which is a tree, and it also a plant. They would first cut the trees down, chop them into logs, usually take the bark off. I could use an axe. It's heavy. I would hold it over my shoulder and chop all those trees down and logs. I could use a saw. The saw goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. One person would use this saw. Sometimes you would use a saw that perhaps two people would use. So you hold this end, I'll hold this end. Let's go! Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Thank you for your help. Good teamwork. So I've cut my trees down into logs. I stack them up and over they go. What can I do to hold those logs together? Do you have any ideas? Well, I could use a hammer and a nail. Now my first log is going to be about here and my second log up to here. So if this is how far I have to nail, is this nail going to work very well? No, it would have to be so long. Hammers and nails were not used for that. Have any of you ever played with Lincoln logs? Then you've noticed the notches that are inside of them. So if I put them together like this, then my corner stays up. So you cut the logs, you get them set, you put the notches in, you stack them up, and now you chink the cracks, which means fill in those holes. I could use clay, moss, sticks, rocks, whatever I had in my environment. A lot of homes had a small window that I could cut with my saw. Then I have a hole that I need to cover. I could make a curtain out of an animal skin like a deer hide. I could pick grass leaves, weave them together to make a mat to put over it. Paper was commonly used too, but before they put the paper in the window, they would grease it heavily with fat from the animals that they cooked to eat. Here's a fun experiment for you to do at home. Get some butter or Crisco, very heavily grease your hands, and then hold them under cold water. What happens? You're right, that water just runs right off. What do you have to do to your hands to get them clean? Wash with soap and hot water. Now, does rain come in hot and soapy? No. So when the cold rain hits those greasy papers, off it goes. They often put shutters on the inside of their house. So if I wanted to close it up, I'd close them. When it was sunny again, I'd open them up. And some of your houses have shutters today too. But commonly they are on the outside of your house, nailed up there, and don't move. They are only for decoration. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have 4 fun activities for you to do. Look at your garage. See if you can spy an axe, a saw, and a hammer. Search your house both inside and out and look for all the wood, which are tree, objects you have. Have a lot of fun with that grease and cold water experiment. Take a family drive in a neighborhood where new houses are being built. Can you see one that is being framed, which means the boards from a tree are up there where the walls are going to be. The boards are still there, but they're hidden in your walls. And remember to always be very thankful for your large, fancy house and all the wood or tree objects that you had to make 0 of. This is our last Grand Prairie Kids gathering for the summer, but the past 5 are still on our website, and you can visit them and join me anytime you want to. Enjoy the rest of your summer.